Hey everybody, the other night I was debating this guy and he brought up a statistic that said that illegals or illegal immigrants or immigrants that are undocumented immigrants come into the country and they do not commit as many crimes as the current population, the before population per capita. Now obviously I thought there's no way that's true. But anyways, we continued debating and I didn't really cite any other sources. But then around a day later, the next morning, I got to thinking and I Googled and it said that actually the study that he cited underreported on the amount that could possibly be, going under the radar, like not actually reported, where an illegal immigrant or an undocumented immigrant gets arrested for something, but then it doesn't get reported, or they're not included in the study. And it got me thinking, can you actually even trust statistics? So I was thinking, and I looked up, where do statistics come from? They come from company, nonprofit type things called think tanks. And basically, what think tanks do is they are a tank of people who think, and then they produce studies. So statistics like this. Well, I guess that's more the census. I was gonna say like this percent of the population is black, white, and everything else. They would do something more like whites commit this amount of crime. I don't know why I keep doing race. People from this neighborhood commit this amount of crime compared to people in this neighborhood commit that amount of crime. Now, what think tanks will do is they'll take money from outside companies. And when I say money, I don't mean thousands. I don't mean hundreds of thousands. I don't mean hundreds of thousands, which I think is millions. I don't mean millions either. I mean billions. They take billions of dollars from outside companies and industries to influence what they'll say, what they'll give to politicians, and what they'll display to you as being true. So, would it not be beneficial for a Democratic candidate to go to a think tank and say, hey, produce me a study that underreports on the amount of crime that illegals do to support my argument that we should let all the illegals in for free and give them all citizenship? To take away the, I guess, basis of the argument that Republicans usually have, which is that they come here and they commit more crimes because they're committing one crime and you can tell they're going to commit more crimes, and the studies that you're saying that you're giving are underreporting on the amount of crime that illegals are doing. So politicians, parties, companies, industries as a whole, even the government can buy out think tanks and put out any data pretty much that they want. And it's extremely dangerous, and you really can't even trust statistics anymore, basically at all. I mean, I guess you can trust the census maybe, but you can't even really trust statistics as a whole because you never know if it's being manipulated or slightly tampered with. I took a statistics class in 10th grade or 11th grade. I took a statistics class in 11th grade. And if you even messed with the numbers a little bit or you changed a demographic a little bit, it would vastly impact the ending amount. And not only that, but these think tanks will put out numbers like, so say it'll be like 1 in a million something, this will happen, and if this policy guy puts in this policy, then that your chance of, let's say, getting mugged will go up 50%. Now that 1 in a million goes up 50%, you're now 1.5 in a million. Okay, it's not what the 50% feels like. It is going up 50%, but they're misrepresenting it to say it's going up a lot more than it is actually going up. And these places will just buy out everything, okay? And of course, some think tanks are ideologically captured themselves, and they'll just do it themselves because that's what they want the public to believe, because they believe a certain ideology. But most of the time it's an industry or company or politician buying them out to produce a statistic that they want. And so my argument to you is, don't trust statistics. Trust your mind. If somebody is willing to if somebody is willing to break a law to get into a country, they're probably going to break more laws while they're in the country. This is an obvious fact. If something doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. Trust your instinct before you trust a random number you see being thrown around. Yeah, if you don't know what's going on inside of there, then how can you trust it? So trust your mind, look at all the variables, and don't make any stupid decisions based on a statistic that you saw. So that's everything. Yeah, I'll see you guys. I just wanted to talk about this because I thought it was pretty important.